In less than 30 minutes, President Paul Biya reviewed 2025 and projected into 2026. Cameroonians are highly expecting the implementation of the message, call it the State of the Nation address by President Paul Biya to the Cameroonian people as they move days into the New Year 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the second day of the New Year. We welcome you to this special program. The objective is to dissect the message of the President of the Republic of Cameroon. Some call it an end-of-year message. We call it the New Year message to the Cameroonian people. With me here in the studio are Cameroonians who will be going into the inside of what President Paul Biya told Cameroonians. Welcome to this special program. Here in the studio, as we told you, we've got 4 gentlemen. I will be starting at the top right. We have Chief Dr. Joseph Mufo. He is a well-known face in Cameroon. He is a civil society actor, a traditional ruler, and also a philanthropist. Tonight, we will be holding him or having him under the casket traditional ruler. Chief Dr. Joseph Mufo, thanks for accepting to be part of this special program to dissect the message of the head of state. Good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Fume. Thank you. It's really a pleasure to be in this year's prestigious program. Thank you very much.
We are looking at the message of President Paul Biya. Unlike the previous messages, President Paul Biya addressed Cameroonians in less than 30 minutes. The average 30 minutes that is known, that's the form of the message. What other things struck you when you listen or watch the President talk to the Cameroonian people before we go into the inside? Because as I indicated, we're going to be analyzing the speech from the social to the economic and the political aspect of it. But on the 4, what we observed was the less than 30 minutes aspects of the speech. To you, does that mean anything?
It really means something in the face, and to look carefully to the message the head of state addressed to the nation and to Cameroonians. It really means something, because in the financial and political aspects of the message, we are really looking forward to see if all the promise given by the head of state will be respected due to all what the country is facing, all the challenges the country is facing.
Indeed, that has been the cry of most people in and out of Cameroon. We had the opportunity to talk to Cameroonians in Rabat in Morocco, and their wish has been that the promises be kept, and so Cameroonians can effectively feel the impact. Closer to you is Robert Keja. He is a member of the ruling Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, CPDM political party. He's accepted to join this panel of 4 gentlemen to dissect the message of the head of state, Robert Keja. Good evening. Thanks for accepting to be with us on today's program.
Thank you very much. 2025 is gone. We are in 2026. I would like to take this opportunity to tell all Cameroonian people Happy New Year, especially to Barrister Archer Julius, Minister Felix Mbayo and Ba Acharos, and to the loving people of Bamising and the entire nation that, of course, they are watching us as we'll be giving our view related to the speech of the head of state.
I will ask the same question to you. President Paul Biya, he is the President of the Republic of Cameroon, and at the same time president of your party, the ruling Cameroon People's Democratic Movement political party. Less than 30 minutes. Is it the age aspect that is playing on the speech? Could he not go further than 30 minutes? Are you people at the level of the CPDM also worried that the president fell short of the average 30-minute speech to the Cameroonian people?
You see, Cameroonian people are very civilized. We know that it's not the duration of the speech, but the sensitivity and the importance of what the president said. Someone can have a speech for 2-3 hours without saying anything, but we saw the head of state having a speech that touched all over the political, the social, and economic sectors of the Republic of Cameroon, and he went directly, of course, to talk about especially the sensitive aspect of it. Like, for instance, when he was talking about social aspect, he talked about the fact that we need to stop tribalism or disrespecting people based on their tribe, religion, and the rest, which is very important. On economic, he did spoke about roads and water, yes, the rest. Sure. So he touched everything that is important in the nation, which I believe we'll be analyzing soon.
Of course, that will be in our detailed analysis. I was asking about the form, and of course, you are very comfortable with the form. You think that the minutes and the duration actually was enough for the president to effectively analyze 2025, then project into 2026. Right up here, we have Chanto Edward. He's joining us. He's a civil society actor. Chanto Edward, thanks for accepting to be part of this panel.
Thank you very much, Mr. For me, Armstrong Sander. Thank you for inviting me on this beautiful platform so that we can share our views and see how we can contribute positively so that our nation grow come 2026.
Still on the form of the president's speech, some said the president did not blink. Others were wondering about his posture, worried on just how he projected himself on the screen. Were you at one point in time worried about the form of the message of the president?
Well, what Cameroonians should think more about and take important should be the speech, because just like my brother Kedia said, somebody can make a speech for about 2 hours and do not say something important, but finally we should take what the head of state said and put it into practice and see how we can implement all what he said and see how they can come to pass this 2026.
Now, thank you. I'm going straight forward to Ndewum Emmanuel, who's accepted to be a part of us despite this tight schedule. Ndewum Emmanuel, thanks for accepting to honor our invitation despite his tight schedule. Good evening.
Yes, thank you for me, Armstrong Sander, for having me. You permit me to greet the person whom God used to bring me forth to this world. I want to wish a special New Year to my father, Papa Ndewum Romanus, and my mother, Mama Kadisianjang, my wife, and my kids back at home, Ndewum Kela, Kelin, and Karen. And thanking God for this great day that we have crossed over to a new year of 2026, despite all the odds of 2025. Hopefully, if God has given us this privilege to cross over, it is because He sees that we are needed to shape the land of Cameroon, which has been sinking for 43 years. 43 years of misery, 43 years of untold suffering in the land, where one man has taken the country hostage in captivity. And of course, I see like some Cameroonians are already believing that it is the grace of God ruling Cameroon, a state without a leader. And of course, we are thinking that 2026, we are going to leave no stone unturned to make sure that we change the tides of time.
That's a question I will be getting interested in the course of the program now. On the form of the president's message, one thing came out so clear. Unlike the traditional 8 p.m., the speech was broadcast to the Cameroonian people at 7 p.m. On the official announcement on the official page of the state broadcaster, it was announced that the message of the head of state will be broadcast. The president was not going to be addressing the people at 7 p.m., but it was going to be broadcast. Linguistically, some will say that it's like it's not going to be a live presentation. Are you part of Cameroonians who are worried with the shifting from 8 to 7 and the language and the choice of the language?
Yeah, the diction, let me put it that way. The first thing is that aware of the fact that 98% of Cameroonians were not going to follow the speech because they already knew it was going to be the same rhetoric. And again, coincidentally with the march of the Indomitable Lions, Cameroonians thought that this march could give them joy than follow another rhetoric of lies telling that the president has been doing. And so they know, that's why I respected them, that they are reading the signs of Cameroonians. And since then,
who you respecting who?
I respect the president and his cabinet for reading the signs before time, because if that speech was to take place at exactly 8 p.m., less than 6% of Cameroonians would have followed it. Maybe his close collaborators, for some reasons. I, for one, what I'll be analyzing here today are the highlights of what I got. I could not spend time to go watching it. Let's be sincere. And talking about choice of words that will be broadcasted, no. Cameroonians are aware it has there's always been this argument that his speeches are not live for some time now. So it remains a kind of speculation that some people can consider as opinion polls from Cameroonian, but fact-checking from some others. If not for the fear factor, they will tell you that most often than not, these speeches they are recorded and played.
And the fact that
but I don't see any problem.
Is that an issue?
I don't see any problem with them recorded and played. We understand the president hardly moves. His age is overbearing, and of course, it's nature. We cannot be suffering him to be walking to the studios of CRTV almost all the time. CRTV should move to him in respect of his age, given the fact again that he's very immobile.
But we have the President of the Republic of Cameroon TV, which is believed to be based at the Presidency of the Republic of Cameroon.
But not inside his room.
That is a question to a worry that needs to be clarified with the necessary facts. Now, Robert Keja, I'm coming back to the form, the timing. Ndjumemano thinks that the message was brought to 7 because, according to him, the entourage of the president thinks that the Cameroonians would have been less interested, less than 6%, if I got him well, would have been connected to follow the president speak. But are you okay with him? Or should that be considered on the fact that Cameroon is seen to be so interested in football as a nation historically?
First of all, I'd like to thank President Paul Biya for bringing in democracy into our nation. And my co-panelist is free to express his own opinion, thereby enjoying the democracy brought by President Paul Biya into this nation. You see, the presidency decided to change its time. For me, I pay attention on the image and not on the information which was ready to get from it, and not even the issue of time. 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock to me is not really a problem. However, the presidency did not give a reason for that change. Let us even assume that maybe the change was done because of the Indomitable Lions representing, of course, the Republic of Cameroon. It is normal if the president decides to change it because of that, because he himself as the president has more respect for the fellow Cameroonian he has sent to go and represent the nation and to play and bring victory for the nation. So for me, I see it to be very, very normal.
Are you at the level of the CPDM party having the same feeling expressed by most other Cameroonians that Cameroonians are increasingly getting disinterested in the end of year messages of the President of the Republic?
You see, what is mostly said on social media and the reality about all this, there are two different things. Of course, when you look at those who view Sierra TV at that particular moment, you are a journalist, you know how those things are verified, and you know how many people do watch it. So from that's where we can get a statistic on how many people did follow it. And when you get that information with regard to the airwave, you will definitely know that majority of people do watch it. Us of the CPDM will always follow it, members of government always follow it. And of course, there's one important thing that every viewer should know today is that mostly opposition do follow it because they want to criticize. Most people that are ready to criticize home and abroad, they even follow it very attentively than even some of the militants of the CPDM. So for me, they'll come, they'll blast it, they'll say what they want to say, but the truth is that that's their opinion. I respect their opinion. We're in democracy, and I thank President Paul Biya for bringing this democracy.
Thank you, gentlemen. Now, Chief Dr. Joseph Mofo, you are a traditional ruler. Now, we're starting with the social aspect of the message of the President of the Republic. Now we're in the inside of the message. President Paul Biya, one of the highlights of the social aspects of the speech is the call for Cameroonians to guard against tribalism, division, and be united. President Paul Biya in his words said that Cameroon should use the diversity of Cameroon as a strength, a positive aspect to build a better nation. What readings do you have of these highlights of the president, especially on the social aspect?
Thank you, Mr. Fumi. Thank you for really looking at the social aspects of the speech of the head of state since
yes, the fact
yesterday.
That he emphasized,
he has really looked at all the aspects in his speech, the social aspect, the political aspect, the economical aspect, and even the conflict in the Northwest and Southwest. In the social aspect, I would say this: nothing has been neglected in his speech, but the troubling point is that when things are said, it is not put into practice.
For example, when
when he said Anglophones in the Northwest and Southwest, where there is conflict, they have a special status. Nothing has been put in practice of today, and he has been promising us, but we really want him to make things, scrutinize things, so that those his collaborator on the field, let them really put things in place. He has equally involved traditional rulers to really look in terms of security.
The call against division, you can use tribalism, you can use regionalism. The call against these divisive tendencies in Cameroon from the president, is it a welcome call? Is it coming at the right time? And also, when you get the president, who is the commander of the armed forces, he's the head of the Republic of Cameroon, so insisting against this, and you understand the behaviors of Cameroonians towards each other considering their origin, do you feel that the president is determined enough, the president is serious enough in his call against division?
He has been really pointing his speech every end of year about this division, but those his collaborators on the field, they don't really do what the head of states want. He should multiply. Oh, it's because of their old age, we don't know. Let the head of state look carefully and involve young people, young Cameroonians, some of them. It is because some of them are old. The reason why when they send them the field, they give fake report to the head of state. They don't exactly tell the head of state what the people on the grassroots are facing. They came in with fake report in order to convince him and to say what it is not on the field. He should really look at it and recruit young people in this new government. In some days ahead, he's going to form. He should really look at it, not to be taking the same people at the same position, changing their position and say they have really look to the social aspect of what people are
on that.
working on.
I will be coming back to you. I'll turn to Njoum Emmanuel before I come to Edward. Njoum Emmanuel, in your reaction to Babla Jonathan on the speech, I listened to you. You said the president of the republic is the father of division and nepotism. At the same time, the president in his speech had insisted that Cameroonians should use the diversity in every aspect as a strength that can build a better Cameroonian nation. But you are seeing him in the opposite of what he said. How do we understand
that? Thank you. You followed it, and it's, of course, it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. Like I said, I'll be analyzing the highlights. The first highlight I got was the highlight of us building a better Cameroon in unity, and that in division we cannot go anywhere. And I asked myself, who is the author, who is the pilot, who is the father of tribalism in Cameroon, if it is not Paul Biya? I will insist. I will insist. You know, some of us who decided to become the sacrificial lambs have vowed not to leave this country, but we'll be telling them every day. It hurts. When we are threatened, we tell them we'll not go. Listen, I want to take a very common example. There is one region in Cameroon that is ruling the nation. And I don't want to think that the national intelligentsia belongs to that particular tribe. Take a common example of how many divisions do we have in Cameroon? 58, should be 58 divisions. How many SDOs do we have? How many DOs do we have? You are an investigative journalist. After this program, go for investigation and find out how many DOs are from which particular tribe in this nation. How many SDOs are from which particular tribe in this nation. That's tribalism in practicals, not in theory. Paul Biya has practicalized tribalism, which means there's some people in this nation who are more intelligent. A professor in this country even once said it on a sister TV. Anglophones cannot go into a NAM because people from a particular tribe, I don't want to stigmatize that tribe because not all of them are bad. That's why I'm not sounding it. Because people from a particular tribe are more intelligent than us. And it is a fact. It's verifiable. Go into the entities of Enam every day, every year, and find out how many Anglophone go in. That's point one. Point two, we have seen a situation where look at the civil cabinet of the presidency of the republic. This one, I cannot be crucified for it. I don't want to sound names, but look at the civil cabinet at the presidency of the republic. Does it mean that the presidency and its cabinet must belong to a people for a particular tribe? Except otherwise, there's another definition for tribalism that has stand to be corrected. So, the Bible says we can forgive a brother 77 times a day. I'm calling on Cameroonians to forgive President Paul Biya for his failures in 43 years.
But you have taken two examples. I'm not going to derail you from your analysis.
Yes.
You've taken two examples.
One to bring a point.
You've taken just two. The first example is that of senior administrators in Cameroon.
Yes.
Let's take the case of senior divisional officers. There should be 58. And we have 58 divisions, 58 senior divisional officers. You say that majority of them come from a particular...
80% of them.
That's your analysis. Come from a particular tribe in Cameroon. Yes. But now, one will say that they are not being appointed by the president himself. They are appointed by the ministry in charge, which you well know. Maybe for those who do not know, they are appointed by the ministry.
That's the point I want to come to.
You see,
I'll come back to
it is in this linguistic cacophony that some Cameroonians, when they want to play, when they want to come to platform like this and play their own little politics, they think they can use words. I don't fall into that. I am saying that there is no minister in Cameroon who has ever said, I am acting on my name. Any president in Cameroon says, sous haute instruction, on high instructions of the head of state, which means if we have 58 SDOs and 80 are coming from one tribe, manned by a particular ministry, and the ministry tells you it is from the high instructions of the head of state,
then there's a problem.
Who should you accuse?
Okay, responsibility goes back to...
He bears the responsibility. It is not like some time ago when Cameroonians started stealing state funds like rats, stealing granules in the house. When the alarm was raised, who was the first person to say there was no corruption? It was the president, right?
The
president said, who sung the prayers? And today, I am telling you, before you take the microphone,
yes,
there is an urgent need for Cameroon to win the prize of disgrace internationally and nationally when it comes to corruption, embezzlement, tribalism, and nepotism. Cameroon needs an urgent award for that. Because in the 21st century, you are looking matches in Morocco, you see roots. Your colleagues are there, making reports. When you see roots there, and you see what is being done in Cameroon, and I mean, I was in Yaoundé 2 weeks ago, in Etoudi, Marseille Etoudi. No. I said the routes have been blocked. Yeah. All of this, what am I saying? Summarily, I'm saying that the head of state should bear the brunt of the failure, because every minister speaks in his names. If the minister speaks and say, I am talking on a high instruction of the head of state,
then he takes the responsibility. Now, I'm coming back to you, Chief.
I want to come to the point, just to light point he has just mentioned. He has said something very interesting, that we should all Cameroonians forgive the head of state for all his mistakes, for all his evil acts. Even those people in the grave, let them forgive the head of state, and let Cameroonians come to unity. With this speech the head of state has put in place, let us listen well to the speech. he has understand that the people he appoints are
Okay,
not doing the right
thing. I didn't ask him for his reasons to call on Cameroonians to forgive the head of state, but
Yes.
you are buying in to say so. Now, why, according to you, should Cameroonians forgive the head of state? And
Because
what
for
should
the
they
43 years, Mr. Fumi, Cameroonians are suffering. We have no roots. Look at the situation of the Northwest and Southwest, where elections were successfully done. You cannot lead here to the Western regions without having breakdown of tires 2 or 3 times before we reach to the Western. We have no roots. Why he said so? Let all Cameroonians look carefully to the speech of the head of state. It was yesterday. And let all Cameroonians, even those in hospitals, those in prison, some of them, my brother have just mentioned, that others have embezzled money, there's no control whatsoever. Others are in prison. Pobia is not informed of what is happening on the field.
He's disconnected.
For instance, like me, I have filled in 5 audiences to meet the head of state. But nobody has ever permitted me to meet my president since he's in power. I greeted him for my first time in the Northwest in the cinquantenaire. That was all.
That was in 2010?
Yes. But since then, I have never had an opportunity to tell him as a civil society leader, actor. I have never had an opportunity to at least bring in some certain idea. Just look for the dialogue, the national dialogue. Nobody permit any civil society actor to meet the head of state. Pas, vous allez revenir après 3 semaines. That's their song every day.
It's a problem. It's a serious problem. I'm going to come back to you now. Chancho Edward, Chief Doctor Joseph Mofo, like Ndiume Emmanuel, think that the president and his government are not serious when the president in his speech comes to say that Cameroonians should prioritize unity, that Cameroonians should work, should make use of that diversity, work as a united nation so Cameroon can be stronger and diffuse much energy for the betterment of Cameroonians. Do you as well think that the government of President Paul Biya, or the government and the regime of President Paul Biya, is not serious in the fight against division, tribalism, and divisive tendencies?
Yeah, I think I would say yes, they have not been serious to make sure that Cameroonians unite themselves to become what he always tells us in his speech in every year, making us to believe that by 2035 Cameroon is going to be emergent. We lack follow-up, first of all, in this country.
Okay.
Yes, because whenever, for example, the Bauru Road, that a minister once said it is 83% already tagged, and the road is still there, and nobody have gone there to see whether
that's the whole Bauru Road.
Yes, the Bauru Road.
Yes.
Yeah,
in the Menchum division.
In the Menchum division, you see.
Yes.
So there are many things in this country that whenever they said it is already done, and the people are still suffering from it, they don't deploy a team to go and see whether the work has been done or not, and the people keep suffering. At the end of the day, they tell us that they want Cameroon to be developed, that we are going to become emergent by 2035. Look like, for example, people who stay, for example, in a Mutengene for about 2 years without electricity. How do you expect Cameroonians to be happy? How do you expect Cameroon to become developed in this kind of a situation? So what we need in this country most, if his speech, if Cameroonians want, if the head of state want his speech to be put into practice and in action, let him put a team, a follow-up team that will always be going to the field. Mr. Biya does not visit his country, does not go down to the field to see what is happening. And ministers come to tell him things that are not real, and nothing is being done about that. Okay, at the end of the day, Cameroonians are the ones suffering.
Now, when you talk about a follow-up, a team to do follow-up, I'm tempted to be like to ask the nature of this team, how it should be constituted, because in most of the aspects, for example, the tribalism, the division that we're talking about here, we have in Cameroon the National Commission for the Promotion of Bilingualism and Multiculturalism. It is a structure. It is a structure for the
what the commission is to do.
That is one of the.
That's
another failed commission. That's another failed commission created that has never. They cannot boast of 5%.
They are promoting tribalism
of what they have achieved. Even,
but you can understand the kind of budget they have.
They disburse budget for all these things.
Them to manage the commission. What have they done?
So
nothing.
So, gentlemen, I want to understand. Are we saying that the commission is not doing enough work, or the intention behind the creation of the commission was not serious?
At times, it is just like they just want to employ those who have been retired from other posts. They just create. They compensate people who have already been retired from other posts by creating a commission and giving to them that. We don't see the effect in the society. I will come back to Robert Keja to understand how the commission that is supposed to guard against tribalism and work for inclusion is actually at the foundation of the division. Now, Robert Keja, the CPM government is being accused of indirectly promoting tribalism, whereas the president in his speech says he wants a Cameroon united, focused and determined towards progress.
As I earlier said, we're in democracy and people have the right to their own opinion. Institutions have been put in place to ensure that the unity of this nation is safeguarded. We've seen our forces of law and order and the military ensuring that our integrity is being protected and unity is being kept fixed. We have many government ministers that have been appointed, which my co-panelist said that that's where tribalism is practiced. I'm very, very confused when he was giving his statistics. The territorial affairs of this country is governed by somebody from the Northwest region. The diplomatic affairs of this nation is governed by somebody, of course, the littoral region. The Department of Justice of this nation is somebody from the littoral region. Should I go to all these regions and start naming? Our transport, roads, construction is somebody from littoral and somebody from the west region. All members of government come from different regions and they have key positions that they work together. We talk about the Commission of Bilingualism. We talk about the Commission of Bilingualism, for instance.
I think if I got him where he was like, a greater percentage of these people come from a particular area in Cameroon, whereas Cameroon in its 10-region format should have some sort of equality in appointment. If I got him well, but go ahead, please. I just wanted to highlight that.
As they were talking about the Commission of Bilingualism and Multiculturalism, what I was expecting maybe from us that we are here to educate the masses was to appreciate the small they have done and tell them that they can do more. But to go into the Commission of Bilingualism has made 43 years. The Commission of Bilingualism has made 43 years.
The Commission of the Bilingualism has put in place in order to end this crisis in the Northwest and Southwest. With this kidnapping and killing every day, let us cut out clear, let us understand.
I don't put emotions when I want to do my analysis.
Go ahead.
The Commission of Bilingualism and Multiculturalism is not 43 years, as one of your co-panelists was saying. I am one of those that I have a positive mindset, which I believe that we should look at what they are done and instead encourage and give them a lot of advice or proposal on what they can do. That is when it concerns somebody that is patriotic and love his nation, rather than insult. The budget is wastage. This commission is promoting tribalism. We don't give any positive energy. We are Cameroonians. When there are institutions, we should be able to give positive energy to be able to put that institution to do its job. That's what I believe we should do.
Okay,
and we will not debunk that with the presence of this commission, most institutions now pass out their communique in English and in French as compared to the way it was before that commission was put in place. Those are some of the things. Oh, the president's speech, it is out in English and in French. I believe that Mr. Atta for me also has it. And we are in democracy. The same as Cameroon Anglophones will revindicate that the president did not speak in English, the same as some Francophones that Francophones are revindicating that since President Paul Biya has been in power for 43 years, he has always been taking his oath of office, but in English. When he always raises his hand up and say, "I do so swear," it's in English. So if you are revindicating that he should make his speech in English, we should also swear in French. We should also say that Francophones also have their own right to say that taking the oath of office should be in French. So I believe all this, but I'm saying that is democracy. We should give our positive energy so that the government, of course, will do a good job rather than to come and just paint everything black. That's my own view.
Now, that was on the social aspect. Just before we move into to the economy, I'm going to be asking you this. Cameroonians, like these people, have the impression that not a lot has changed with the creation of the Commission for the Multiculturalism, for the promotion of bilingualism and multiculturalism. Of course, if there was some meaningful changes, the president will not come back to it. In the State of the Nation address, the president insisted that Cameroonians should fight against division, should try to unite their efforts to fight. Where is the problem? What is it that is not being rightly done so as to ensure a very united Cameroon, a Cameroon void of tribalism, division, and tribal tendencies, as we see even on social media?
We should know that this issue of tribalism is not a phenomenon only in Cameroon. We have that in other countries that have many tribes. But I would not love to do comparative politics here. I would want to take the aspect of Cameroon itself and digest it out. You see, the government has put in place all it can. Non-governmental organization, the government work with them to ensure that that is respected. The presence of churches in Cameroon, they're in place, authorized by the government, because they have a lot to ensure that they preach with regard to unity and love. We also have the fact that civic and ethic, right now as we speak, is being taught in all state university. You can't go to the University of Boya without studying that. And in primary and secondary education, we have a subject called citizenship, which teaches the people about love, unity, and how to work together. So these things have been put in place. Yes, we can still criticize that the president has spoken about it. It means that it is still a problem. And we are struggling to solve that problem 100%. Gone are the days in which Anglophones were being called Anglophone. Things have really changed. Gone are the days where those of the north were called Mouton. Things have really changed. We cannot say things are still exactly the way they are. So when we see this progression with regards to our unity, we should be able to come as citizens here to give other leakages that we can propose to the government to ensure that we attain 100%, because it is our dream to attain 100% the presence of unity and also the fact that there will be no tribalism. Right. When you look at it, permit me, in his speech, he talked about unity. He made mention of culture. He made mention of religion. He made mention of gender. He made mention of age. When you look at religion in Cameroon, it's something that the unity is there. We know what is happening in Nigeria, that the United States of America had to intervene with a strike with regards to the killing of Christians in northern part of Nigeria by Muslims. Those are things that are really happening in different countries. But in the case of Cameroon, we don't see that. We should appreciate it. Where we have one of the biggest cathedrals here in the extreme north. That was where late Karina Tumi was. These are the things that we should appreciate. Where in different countries you don't see it. It does not happen. But here we have the freedom of worship, which is based to bring Cameroonians together. So we should also bring out this aspect and present to the Cameroonian people. We are in democracy. We are free to bring out certain weaknesses. But coming here to say there is nothing, everything is totally black, oh, come on, we should be patriotic.
All right, thank you very much. Now, I just want to give this briefly so I can go. We are living this social aspect. We are taking out the socio-economic, socio-cultural aspect, and also some issues of economic importance. Now, in the case of the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon, President Popia indeed mentioned the fact that some regions are still troubled, and Chief Joseph Mofu, you are very particular about the ongoing crisis in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. What is it that needs to be done in order for things to come back better in this region? You indicated a few minutes ago that in many cases you wanted to meet the President of the Republic, you not had the opportunity. Now you have the opportunity to talk.
Mr. Fumi, thank you very much. I am completely bewildered with the situation of the Northwest and Southwest, because I am with my brothers and sisters from the Northwest and Southwest. They are facing a lot of challenges. I take the due of my constituency, Douala 5, for the witness of the situation. They are facing a lot of challenges, be it in education, be it in health, be it in food, be it in whatsoever. Just look, for instance, the mayor of that constituency of Douala 5, with the budget of the social department, he has never given them a cut of rice. Not to talk of education aspects. Where are we leading to with the kind of situations? And those are people being elected by us.
Okay. All right. Now that's a worry. You say the people, they are collaborators of the head of state.
Those are his close collaborators. And the head of state, I'm not blaming the head of state, but I'm blaming all his collaborators. They are troubling.
Are you struggling to meet the deal?
No.
Because the deal understand this. I think the deal of Douala 5 is from Bambili that understand this. No, it's an arresting, and we should know that.
Listen. He himself have been coming to see this situation, the deal of Douala 5.
Okay, thank you very much.
Contributing personally.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's what I wanted to know.
Personally.
Because I know the deal personally is from Bambili.
No, he contribute personally to the situation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Not once, not two, twice.
Anyway, I was rather interested.
Those who are really.
I was rather interested. I was interested.
Yeah, the mayor. That's a budget that can do.
He does not have any budget.
It's okay. I think your message has gone through. I was interested in the micro problem, in the macro solution rather, that can see an end to this crisis that has caused so many persons to be displaced. Some of whom are with you in Douala now. A few minutes ago, and as we take leave of you guys, in Jihum Emmanuel, on the political aspect, the President Popia, when he bragged about the democratic advancement of Cameroon, you seem not to be very okay with him. The president talked about successful organization of the election, but you are like worried that the political aspect in Cameroon is not the best. I remember you saying that him and the opposition, he has done worse than the opposition in misguiding Cameroonians.
Yes, because thank you. I did not even follow the interview that I accorded to Equinoxe. I had even forgotten. Thank you for refreshing my mind. He used the word misguided opposition leaders who have been selling false hopes for Cameroonians. And I want to think that if there is somebody who has been selling false illusions to Cameroonians for 43 years, it has been President Biya. And he has lied to a point where every Cameroonian knows that he tells lies every 31st December.
Thank you.
You understand? I will like to prove one of the lies. Mr. Biya said he was going to personally supervise the tarring of the ring road to Bamenda, and he has never done it.
No, that's an answer.
Yes, I would like to end by saying that the traditional rulers who were supposed to be the mouthpiece of their people, who have rather joined politics and are conniving with the government